right? You can join me in a comfortable seat. If your legs are a little bit tight, I recommend you take a block and place it underneath your hips. We're gonna start off with just a simple breathing technique. It's gonna be called box breathing. Box breathing is a technique of leveling your inhale and leveling your exhale with equal pauses between each. It's a way of down-regulating your nervous system, sinking you down into the parasympathetic, allowing your body to move into the state of rest and digest so that you can begin a physical healing process which you can iterate on top of into your emotional body, mental body, spiritual body. A lot of things available to you here in yoga, in your practice, and it starts with the breath. So when you're ready, you can bring your palms down to the tops of your knees. You can place them folded in your lap as well, whatever is comfortable for you. And just take your shoulders to stack vertically up over your hips. The crown of your head is in alignment with your shoulders. Engage slightly through your core and try to allow your shoulders to melt down from the ears. Let's start with a deep breath in. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears, squeezing. Exhale, roll them back. One more. Inhale, shrug them up. Exhale, roll them back. Box breathing. We're going to inhale for 4 seconds. We're going to pause at the top for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. And then pause at the bottom for 4. Just about a minute or two of this practice. So when you're ready, find the bottom of your next exhale. And then inhale 4 seconds. Feel your belly expand. Pause at the top. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Pause at the bottom. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Pause at the top. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Pause at the bottom. Hold. 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale. Taking time for each portion of the breath. Maintain the rhythm on your own pace here. Giving yourself that space to reside in the pauses on the up and on the down. Just aim for 2 more full rounds of breath here. Find your way to the bottom of that last exhale. You can let your breath return to a natural rhythm. You can keep the eyes closed. We're going to engage in a simple Vipassana meditation technique here, mindfulness meditation, just simply counting your breaths. Let the breath come back to that natural rhythm. And then on the inhales, maybe just inside your head say the number 1. And on the exhales, 2, 1, 2, just simply counting. Becoming a little bit more aware of the nature and the texture of your breath. Try to keep that attention trained onto that object, the sensation of breathing. And as you're breathing, as you're counting those breaths, if you notice that your attention slips elsewhere, that a thought intrudes, That a sensation of your body takes your mind away from the breath. That you forget which number you're supposed to say on each one. Doesn't matter. Catch yourself and take the attention right back to the breath, starting with the next inhale. It's a simple practice, but it gives us the opportunity to get off that train of thought. Stepping off of that train and watching those thoughts move by. Any thought that comes to mind has come from somewhere and is heading somewhere else. You can separate from that gently and just count that next breath. Count 2 more full rounds from wherever you're at. At the bottom of that last exhale, you can open up your eyes. Take your palms on down to your knees. Just bring a little bit of movement into the body. On an inhale, drop the belly forward, lift the gaze. Exhale, press and round, rounding your shoulders forward, tuck your chin, engaging through your core. Inhale, drop the belly forward, lift the chest. It's a seated cat-cow. Exhale, press into your hands around your shoulders, tuck your chin. Moving at your own rhythm here. Big inhale, fill up, let your belly drop forward. Exhale, press into your hands around your shoulders. Keep moving at your own rhythm, aiming to take a full inhale and a full exhale as you go. Bringing a little bit of movement into your body. Extension and flexion of the spine. Take a couple more full rounds of breath here. Gently come back to center in your seated posture. And on an inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale, arms reach back up overhead. Exhale, take your elbows to 90. You're looking for goalposts through the arms. 90-degree angle, and try to work your elbows back away from your chest, towards the back. Keep your palms facing forward. Take a nice deep breath in here. Exhale, elbows down to your hips. Keep your chest high, keep your core engaged. Inhale, reach both arms back up overhead. Exhale, elbows back to 90. Inhale to stay, engage through your core. Exhale, squeeze your elbows down towards the hips. Shine your chest up to the ceiling. Inhale, reach both arms back up overhead. Exhale, elbows to 90. Take an inhale to stay. This time, keep your elbows at 90, and on your exhale, twist over to the right hand side. Squeeze through your core and try to stay engaging through your core. Open up across your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together on the back. Try to keep those elbows at that 90-degree position. Take one more nice deep breath in. Exhale, release the twist. Back to center. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, twist on over to the other side. Exhale there, engage through your core, and try to keep those elbows at 90 degrees. Stay for another full round of breath. Exhale, start to release back to center. Take one more breath in here. Exhale, twist one more time over to your right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, release your hands down to the side. You can plant your hands in front, scooch that block out from behind you. Find yourself in a tabletop position. Your hands are planted into the mat. Your shoulders stack up over your wrists. Your hips stack over the knees. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, press into your hands, lengthen through your arms as you tuck your chin around the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, press and round. 2 more rounds of your cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, press and round. Full breaths. At the bottom of that last exhale, Remain in tabletop, find some stillness. Really root down into all 10 fingertips. Feel your fingertips clawing at the mat a little bit here to help engage through the subtle muscles in your wrists. Tuck your toes underneath. That means curl your toes so that they're pressing into the mat. Press into your hands, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, press your hands forward about a half palm print and lengthen through your legs as you press your chest back. Find downward facing dog. Step your feet back, pedal out your dog. Find a nice position that you feel comfortable in the body, bending deeply into the knees to help prevent too much stretching in that low back. Press into your hands for another full round of breath in here. Exhale fully. Find some stillness. And then inhale, glide forward to a high plank. Engage through your core. Your shoulders and hips are in alignment. Exhale, lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Release your chest down to the ground. Hands stay light on the ground. Point your toes long. Take an inhale and lift your chest up. Engage through your core. Engage through the glutes. Baby cobra, your gaze stays down towards the top of the mat. Stay for another full round of breath in. Exhale, release your forehead down to the mat. This time, extend any amount through your arms that you like. As you inhale, lift your chest up, engaging through your core, engaging through your glutes to drive your heels down. Press lightly into your arms to extend. Maybe explore a little bit more space here. Stay for another full round of breath in here. Exhale, release your chest on down to the ground. Tuck your toes underneath. Take your hands back underneath your shoulders a bit more. And then we're going to get ready to press up to a high plank. Take a nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale, press your body high, extending through your arms. Find your way to high plank. Take a nice deep breath in that high plank. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Press into your hands. Pedal out that dog again here, finding a nice comfortable position, bending into your knees. Take one more nice deep breath in. Exhale fully. Inhale, extend that right leg long, any amount. Bend into both knees as much as you like. And then exhale, knee to nose, sweep it down, plant it between your hands. Drop the back knee to start here. And then inhale, lift your chest up, reach your arms up high, half crescent. Bending 90 degrees into both legs. Slide your hips forward, tuck your tailbone, engage through your core a little bit. Open your chest up, gaze can come up as well. Stay for another full round of breath. Exhale, slide your hips back. You may want to heel toe that front foot a little bit further forward. Reaching on down, you can take 2 blocks underneath your hands. Pressing down into your palms, half splits, bending into that front knee as much as you need. Maybe a strap will help you pull a little bit deeper in there, but try to keep your hips level, whatever you do. Stay for another full round of breath. Exhale fully. And then on your inhale, slide back into that crescent position, 90 degrees through both legs. Reach your arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, drop your right hand down to the side. Maybe elbow comes to your hip. And then inhale, reach up overhead through the left fingertips. Keep your chest working up to the ceiling. Create some space in that side body. Stay for another full round of breath in. Reach high. Exhale, bend into that left elbow. Inhale, reach both arms back up overhead. Exhale, plant your hands. You can use the blocks if they're there. Step that right leg back to tabletop and find your way to downward facing dog. Press into your hands. Right away, inhale, extend that left leg long back behind. Exhale, sweep it down and through. Plant it between your hands. Drop the back knee, 90 degrees through both legs. Inhale, slide your hips forward. Reach your chest up. Half crescent, you're sliding your hips forward, driving down through that front heel, tuck your tailbone, engage through your core, lift your chest up to the ceiling. In yoga, we try to lead with the heart space. Keep that space open and breathe into it. Lift it up towards the ceiling. Take one more nice deep breath in. Exhale, slide your hips back, straighten that front leg out a little bit more if you like. Take blocks underneath the palms to help bring the ground up. Try to work that left hip down a little bit, right? That left hip's working down rather than crunching up, allowing your butt to slide to the side. Flex your left toes back towards your shin. Take a nice full round of breath in. Exhale fully. One more round of breath in. Inhale. And then as you exhale, slide your hips back forward. Press down into that front foot. Readjust your foot as needed. Inhale, release your arms high. Exhale, drop that left hand down this time. Elbow to hip maybe, and then inhale, reach your arm up overhead. Side bend from that half crescent. You're bringing some space into the right side body this time. Trying to keep your chest working up to the ceiling. Notice if that shoulder is dropping to the front. You're going to put unnecessary torsion on your spine. So try to keep that left shoulder working down, right working up. Stay for another 4 on the breath in. Reach high. Exhale, bend into that right elbow. Inhale, release both arms up overhead. Exhale, plant your hands down. Step it back through tabletop. Find your way to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, if your hands are on blocks, that's great. We're going to take it through our first chaturanga of practice. So inhale forward to a high plank. Your shoulders stack up over the wrists. And then as you exhale, keep your elbows tight. Lower yourself down to low plank, but hover. Press in here, and then as you inhale, lift your chest up and through. Flip over to the tops of the feet. Upward facing dog. Exhale, flip the feet back over, hips high. Downward facing dog. Remember to breathe. Take one more 4 round of breath. Exhale fully. Inhale, lift through the heels. Exhale, bend into the knees and walk your feet to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Bend into your knees as much as you need to help yourself get there. Use those blocks. Inhale, hands to shins. It's a flat back. You're extending through your spine. Natural curves through the spine, about a 90-degree angle, torso and low body. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Bend deeply into your knees. Drive through your heels and prepare to use your glutes to slide your hips forward as you reach up. Inhale, slide those hips forward, chest lifts, arms reach. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Bring that attention back to the breath. Simple practice for your movement today. If your attention slips from the breath, simply bring it back. Try to be present with the breath as much as possible. Really cover it with your attention throughout your flow. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center. Uttanasana, forward fold. Bend into the knees as much as you need. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, chaturanga, high plank. Elbows tight, lower down to low plank. Press into your hands to lift your chest up. Up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift through the heels. Exhale, bend into the knees and walk your feet to the top of the mat, one step at a time. Find your way to forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Bend into your knees, drive through your heels, squeeze through your hips as you rise, extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Bring that attention back to the breath. Inhale right away, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, take it down through your flow with a little bit more control, using the strength of your upper body to guide yourself through. Find your way to downward facing dog. Inhale, extend that right leg long, back behind, 3-legged. Exhale, knee to nose, sweep it down and through, plant it between the hands. Try to keep that back leg extended if you can. Step the back foot a little bit wider so that you can press the heel down to the ground. You may need to step it pretty wide in order to get that heel down, but once you do, press into that back foot. And then on the inhale, engage through your front leg to release your chest high, warrior one. Arms reach up overhead. Try to sink down into that front leg. Check in with your front knee. Should be locked in space over that ankle. Your chest and your hips are working to the front. Separate your arms a little bit. If you have trouble breathing in the neck area, you can bend into the elbows. Even goalposts might feel more comfortable here. Just take another 4 round of breath wherever you're at. Exhale fully. And then inhale, reach high. Exhale, plant your hands. Take it down through your flow. Chaturanga, Dandasana, high plank to low plank. Up dog to downward facing dog. Inhale, extend that left leg long. Exhale, sweep it down and through. Plant it between the hands. Again, step that back foot out a little bit and try to bring it to a position where it's comfortable to bring your heel down to the ground. Press into the front leg. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, engage through your core, engage through your legs. Try to sink down into that front leg. Opening across your chest. Gaze can come up slightly if you like, but don't crank your head back too much. Keep that space so that you can breathe without gripping too much. Arms can come wide again to goalpost if that's comfortable for you. but try to stay low through the low body, engaging through that right glute to bring that hip point forward. When you're ready, inhale, reach both arms back up overhead. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, take it down through your flow. Chaturanga, Dandasana. Finding your way to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift through the heels. Exhale, bend through the knees and walk your feet forward to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Stay in that forward fold and heel toe your feet a little bit closer together. Your big toes are coming closer. Heels may be slightly separated. If that doesn't feel comfortable, hips width distance is fine as well. From here, start sinking your hips down, engaging through your core, and then lift your chest up as you sink your hips down. Reach your arms out long overhead. Hands can come down to heart center if your shoulders are tired as well. But sink the hips down and focus on tucking your tailbone. Engaging through your core, trying to lift your chest up a little bit higher as you reach out through those fingertips. Stay for another full round of breath. Reach long. Exhale, fly your arms back behind you. Your fingertips point back. Squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back. Sink a little bit deeper in the low body. Inhale, re-extend your arms long. Sink the hips lower. Exhale, fly the arms back. Engaging through the quadriceps. Feel a little bit of burn. If it burns, it builds. Inhale, reach the arms long. One more time. Exhale, fly the arms back, sink as deep as you can, and then inhale, extend your arms, reach them up overhead. Exhale, elbows wide, goal post, chest shines up to the ceiling. Inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, take it down through your flow. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in your down dog. Inhale. Exhale fully. Take one more nice deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale forward to a high plank. Engage through your core. Shoulders stay stacked up over those wrists and hold. Engage through the core. Feel your glutes engaging a little bit more. Take a nice full round of breath in. Exhale, lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Release your chest on down to the ground. Let's add on a little bit from the cobras. You can take your hands a little bit wider across the mat. Work your shoulders onto the back. And then as you inhale, engage through your glutes. Lift your chest on up to the ceiling. You can extend through the arms a little bit. Take them wide up onto the fingertips. Maybe press into your arms. Engage through your glutes. See if you can get a little bit higher. Stay for another full round of breath in. And exhale, fold forward. Release your chest on down to the mat. One more round here. Take your hands a little bit wider, even still if you like. On your inhale, lift your chest on up. Press into your hands any amount. Extend through your arms any amount. This time, if you want to drop the shoulder forward, your left shoulder first maybe, and then inhale back up through center. Exhale, take it on over to stretch through the shoulders a little bit. If that's available to you, you're welcome to take it. One more full round of breath in. Exhale, release your chest on down to the ground. Take your hands back underneath the shoulders. Tuck your toes. We're transitioning up through high plank again. So take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, press and extend your arms all the way up to high plank. Take a nice full breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. And into those knees. Inhale, lift through the heels. Exhale, bend into the knees and walk your feet forward to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Bend into your knees, drive through your heels, extend through your legs as you rise, extended mountain pose, arms reach back up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms back up overhead as you sink your hips on down, back into that chair posture. Root down through your heels, light lifting through the toes. Sink a little bit deeper, tuck your tailbone, lift your chest on up. Commit to the posture, and feel a little bit of burn, engaging through those legs. Stay for another full round of breath, reach up. Exhale, fly the arms back, keep your chest high. This time as you extend your arms long, maybe you can lift your heels up off the ground, challenging a little bit more balance. A little bit more through the calves. Stay for another full round of breath. Exhale, fly the arms back. Try to keep those heels lifted. Bring your chest a little bit further forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, last one. Sink about as deep as you can. Fly the arms back. And then this time, inhale and rise. Try to keep the heels lifted if you can. Reach your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, heels down, elbows wide, gold pose. Shine the chest up to the ceiling. Inhale, arms reach back up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back, shoulders pull away from the ears. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, take it down through your flow. Chaturanga, Dandasana. Shine your chest up through the up dog and then find downward facing dog. When you're ready, inhale, extend that right leg long, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, sweep it down, plant it between the hands and drop the back knee to start. You can take your blocks for a little bit of aid here. From here, we're gonna inhale and lift the arms up overhead for that half crescent. One more time. Again, tuck your tailbone. Allow your hips to slide forward. Maybe heel toe that foot a little bit further forward and try to stretch into that left hip flexor a little bit more this time. Stay for one more nice full round of breath in. Reach high. Exhale, slide your hips backwards in space. Take those blocks underneath your hands and find a little bit more depth in that half splits. You're flexing your toes back towards your shin. Soft bend through that right knee is totally okay. Allow that space for your hips to realign so that they don't get out of place. Keep breathing. Stay for another full round of breath here. Exhale fully. And then engage through your core. Reach forward through your left hand. Try to engage through that core as you press your left hand into the ground. You're gonna inhale and reach your right hand back behind you any amount. You're lifting your chest up slightly. Play around with the position of that block or your hand on the mat. You're just reaching back across your body, twisting by engaging through your core and reaching that right arm back behind you. It's revolved half splits. Should be stretching through the outside of that leg. As much of a bend into that front knee as you need to make this feel comfortable. Just take another full round of breath here. Exhale, bend into that front knee. Release that right arm back to the front. Plant your hands beside that front foot. Adjust it back in line with those hands, low lunge. Inhale, release your arms high up overhead. Back knee still bent. But on this next breath, we're gonna exhale, fly the arms back, lift the back knee. Squeeze your shoulder blades together on the back to keep that chest open. Inhale, release the arms high up overhead. Crescent warrior, aim to stay a little bit, feel a little bit of burn arising in that front leg, adjust the back foot as needed. Bend into the back knee to help those hips tuck forward. Stay for another full round of breath, reach up. And then exhale, open your back foot, drop the back heel to the ground, warrior two. Heel to heel alignment or heel to arch is good too. Try to press through the knife edge of that back foot, opening across your chest, tuck your tailbone under. Notice if your butt starts to flare out. No duck butts in yoga, as Ryan Glidden always says. Engage through your core, open across your chest, reaching out through your fingertips. Warrior two, maybe try pressing your hands down a little bit to engage across your upper back a little bit more effectively. Stay for another full round of breath here. Exhale fully. And then as you inhale, start to reach forward through that front hand, flip the palm. Exhale, take that right elbow to the inside of your right knee. You can take a block underneath your hand if you have one available. Otherwise, you can just adjust your elbow on top of that knee and inhale, reach that left arm up overhead, extended side angle. You really want to make sure that that top hip isn't collapsing forward here. You're engaging through the back leg, squeezing through your left glute to open your hips forward and open your chest up to the ceiling. Extended side angle. You may want to reach that left hand to the front of class, one full straight line of energy from your heel all the way up through your fingertips. Or you can drop that hand back behind and take a bind in this posture if it's available to you, sweeping your left hand back behind your thigh and reaching with your right to make contact with your fingers, maybe clasping your fingers together if it's available to you. Wherever you're at, just stay for another full round of breath. Exhale, bind should start to release. Inhale, extend that arm back up overhead. And as you exhale, engage through your core. Press through that front leg, engage it again. As you inhale, reach up through warrior two. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Stay bent into that front leg. You can pump it out if that leg is a little bit tired now. Straightening and then bending back in. Reverse warrior. You're reaching up and out through your upper body, but you're low and strong in your low body. Drive down strong through that right heel to create space for your right side body as you reach up and out through your right fingertips. Stay for one more nice full round of breath in. Reach long. Exhale, cartwheel your arms forward, spin to the tiptoes of the back foot, plant your hands. Take it back through your flow at your own pace. You're pressing into your hands, floating back to that high plank. You're always welcome to drop to the knees and work your way to a downward facing dog if that's a little bit more accessible right now. Take a nice deep breath in into your down dog. Exhale fully. Inhale, extend that left leg long. Exhale, knee to nose, sweep it down and through, plant it between your hands, drop the back knee to start. You can take blocks up by your feet for help in that half splits that's coming, and then inhale, slide your hips forward, reach your chest on up high. Half crescent, again, engage a little bit more this time. Maybe heel toe the front a little bit further forward to sink down and stretch through that right hip flexor here. Body is the way it is for a reason, right? It's come through a lot of different experiences to be here today. If you discover additional resistance that you didn't expect, try not to judge, don't get attached to it. Just note it and use it as information to keep moving. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, slide your hips backwards in space, flex those toes back towards your shin, half splits. Hands are coming down beside. You can take blocks underneath the hands, flex the toes back towards your shin, and try to drop that left hip point down a little bit more, stretching deeper into the hamstring here. Keep breathing. One more full round of breath here in your half splits. And then as you exhale, reach that right hand forward this time. Play around with the placement of the hand with the block underneath, or maybe just tent pole the fingertips. Engage through your core, and as you inhale, reach that left arm back behind you. Any amount. Maybe it's just bending and driving your elbow back in space, reaching back through your fingertips, opening across your chest. Take that block underneath to help lift your chest on up. If that helps, should be stretching through the outside of your leg here, reaching on back. Stay for another nice full round of breath. And as you exhale, release that hand back down, bend into your front knee. Find yourself in a low lunge. Plant your hands beside that foot, heel toe it back in line if you need. And then inhale, reach your arms up high, half crescent. As you exhale, fly the arms back and lift the back knee. Try to keep that front knee locked in space over the front. Fly those arms back and engage through the upper back to keep your chest open. Inhale, release your arms up high, crescent. Try to stay here, adjusting, tucking that tailbone. Don't let the butt flare out. Engage through your core. Open across the chest. Separate your arms as much as needed. Stay for one more nice full round of breath. And then as you exhale, open your hips over towards the wall. Warrior two. Separate your hands. Sthira Sukha Asana, right? We're looking for that balance between strength and ease. Should be strong and steady through the legs, but light and open through the upper body, so that you can breathe. If that breath is restricted, adjust the posture. Use that as your information to strategize a process of creating more freedom and space in your body, mind, and energy. Take a nice full round of breath in. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper in that front leg. Inhale, start to reach forward, flip the front palm. Exhale, extended side angle. You're reaching that right arm up overhead. The left elbow is inside of the knee. Check in with that front knee. Tendency might be to straighten out a little bit or bend too much. Try to just keep your chest open wherever you're at. Reaching the right arm up overhead. Driving down to the knife edge of the back foot. Don't forget about the back foot. If you want to take that bind, you're welcome to sweep that right arm back behind your front thigh, trying to interlace at the fingertips. Squeezing together for a round or two of breath here. Your breath, remember your breath. Big full inhales and full exhales. Take one more full round wherever you're at. And then exhale, start to release your hands. Engage through your core, through that front leg. Inhale, rise through warrior two. Exhale, stay low in that front leg as you reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Try to drive down strong through that front heel. Check in with that left knee, make sure it's still vertical over the front ankle. And reach up and out through your upper body. Try to keep your chest working up towards the ceiling. Don't let it cave forward. Don't let your shoulders round. Stay for one more nice full round of breath. Reach long. Exhale, cartwheel your arms forward, plant your hands. Take it back through your flow. Chaturanga, Dandasana. Up dog. Downward facing dog. We're going to take that little flow through one time each side, breath to movement. Idea is to have a full round of breath in on one part and a full round of breath out on the next. If you lose your rhythm, just come back to it. Your own pace is determined by your breath. Inhale, extend that right leg long, three-legged. Exhale, knee to nose, sweep it down and through, plant it between the hands. Drop the back knee to start. Inhale, release the arms high. Exhale, fly the arms back. Half splits. Take an inhale to half lift through the chest. And then exhale, plant your hand as you twist across that front leg, reach on back. Bend back into the front leg as you inhale to low lunge. Exhale to engage through your core, realign that front foot. And then inhale, release the arms up overhead, half crescent. Exhale, fly your arms back as you straighten through the back leg. Keep the chest open. Inhale, release the arms back up overhead. Crescent warrior, exhale, open the hips. Warrior two. Inhale, start to reach forward, flip that front palm. Exhale, extended side angle. Drive through the knife edge of that back foot. On your inhale, use that front leg and your core to rise all the way up through warrior two to reverse. Big breath in. Exhale, cartwheel your arms forward, plant your hands, bend to the tiptoes of the back foot. Take it on down through your flow. Chaturanga. Downward facing dog. Inhale, extend that left leg long, three-legged. Exhale, knee to nose, sweep it down and through, plant it between the hands, drop the back knee to start. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, half crescent, moving slow like you're moving through water. Exhale, slide your hips back, flex your toes back to your shin. Inhale, little half lift through the chest, lift your chest up first, engage through the core. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back, twist, any amount, maybe just drive that elbow back. And then inhale, bend into that front knee, low lunge. Exhale to engage through your core. Inhale, release your arms high, half crescent. Exhale, fly your arms back, straighten through that back leg, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, release your arms high, crescent warrior, stay low through the front leg. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, start to reach forward, flip through that front palm. Exhale, extended side angle. Then big breath in, press through the front leg, rise on up, warrior two to reverse. Exhale, cartwheel your arms forward, plant your hands. Take it down through your flow. Chaturanga. Dandasana. Find your way to downward facing dog. Let's take one nice deep breath in. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale, side out. One more, inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, lift through the heels, press into the hands. Exhale, bend into your knees, walk your feet forward to the top of the mat, find your way to a forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. On your next inhale, take opposite pinky to opposite elbow. Take a little ragdoll, bending into your knees, you're tucking your chin and releasing the crown of your head down to the ground. Take a little sway side to side if that feels good. Take one more nice full round of breath. And exhale, release your hands on down to the ground. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Bend slightly into the knees to engage through the glutes. Exhale, fold forward. Bend more through the knees, drive through your heels, squeeze through the glutes, slide your hips forward, extended mountain pose, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center. Step your right foot back, step your left foot forward. Heels are slightly separated so that that right hip point can track to the front of the class. Lift your chest up, tuck your tailbone, and lift your arms up overhead. Take a soft bend into that front knee. And then start to fold forward, hinging from an imaginary line in front of your hip points. Pressing down through the knife edge of the back foot and through that front heel. Keep folding. Take blocks underneath your hands if you like, reaching them out in front to help bring the ground on up. to pyramid pose. We're stretching, nice and deep stretch through the back of that left hamstring. Allow your exhales to take you a little bit deeper. Not a static posture, it's a constant process of elongation. Those exhales provide you the space to deepen into the posture a little bit further. Don't forget about that back foot though. Don't put all your weight in the front. Stay for one more nice full round of breath. Exhale fully. And then as you inhale, bend into your front knee. Step your back foot back a little bit more if you need. We're gonna rise to warrior one, using strength from that front leg to lift your chest up overhead, reach up high. Exhale, release your hands down, back behind you. Interlace your hands together. That means squeezing a fist. And then inhale, lift your chest up high. Engage through your core. As you exhale, fold forward, trying to bring that left shoulder to the inside of your left knee. Allow your hands to float up overhead and stay strong through your legs. You're squeezing your palms together to keep your chest open. Humble warrior. Just stay for another couple rounds of breath here. Letting those hands float a little bit deeper, tucking your chin, getting the crown of your head down a little bit further. Work the edges of the pose. Stay for one more full round of breath. And then as you exhale, start to release your hands back behind. Reach them back up overhead, warrior one. Exhale, hands to heart center. Step that right leg up to meet the front. Root down again through the left. Inhale, bring that knee up to your chest, single leg mountain. You can try to make this as fluid as you like. Driving that knee up high. Pressing down strong through the left. Stay for another full round of breath. And then exhale, you can release that foot down to the ground, or you can take it right into tree pose. If you release it down to the ground, maybe a block underneath your foot, or just take your tiptoes down to the ground. If you place the sole of your foot on your leg, aim for the calf or for the thigh, anywhere but the knee joint. And then try to find a position of stillness, of stability. Fix your gaze on something that's not moving to help orient your brain. That little external context can really help you stay steady. If you want to go a little bit further, you can inhale and reach your arms up overhead, growing your branches. Try to press the sole of that foot into your leg. Maybe you want to sweep the hands back behind your chest, trying to press fist to fist or palm to palm. Up to you. 2 more full rounds of breath here. On that second exhale, start to release that right foot down to the mat. Step your feet out, find a new posture. You can shake out the shoulders a little bit. Inhale, reach the arms back up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Step that left foot back this time. Step the right foot forward. Slight separation between the heels. Pyramid pose on the other side. So take about the same distance as you did. Drive down through the knife edge of that back foot to encourage your left hip point forward. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, reaching out through your hands, hinging over that imaginary line in front of your hips. You can reach on out and find some blocks for underneath the hands. Nice deep stretch for the back of your right hamstring this time. Pyramid pose. Remember, these more static postures are not static at all. They should be a constant, subtle process of elongation. Using those exhales to come a little bit deeper. Keeping your attention to that back foot, making sure that left hip point keeps working forward, the right working back. Take another couple rounds of deep breath here, trying to get a little bit deeper on the exhales. Stretch through the back of that hamstring. Last round, big inhale. Exhale fully. And then start to bend into that front knee. Adjust the back foot if needed to rise for warrior one. Inhale, release your arms high, chest high, reach up. Exhale, release the hands down, back behind you. Keep your chest high as you interlace your hands. Maybe try to take that opposite grip. The opposite thumb comes to the top of your fists. It can be a little bit tricky to do, but press your palms together. Inhale, lift your chest up. Squeeze your palms together. Exhale, fold forward. Your right shoulder's coming inside the right knee this time. Let your hands float up overhead and keep pressing down strong through your feet. Humble warrior. Stay strong through the front leg and try not to let the hips flare over to your right hand side. Let them stay underneath. Just stay for another nice full round of breath here. Exhale, release your hands down behind. And inhale, lift your chest. Reach on up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Step that back foot up to me. Find a new footing here. Root down strong through that right foot. And as you inhale, you can come straight into single leg mountain, bringing that knee up towards your chest. Try to engage through your core. Lift it on up. Wrap your shoulders onto your back. Try not to let them round to the front. You're using your core to drive that knee up. Just stay for another full round of breath. And then exhale, you can let that sole of your foot melt on down to a position of tree, to the inside of the thigh, inside of the calf. Try to float that knee away from the midline of your body, out towards the side, but keep your hips and shoulders aligned to the front. Gaze stays up, chin stays up. Try not to let your neck round forward too much. If you want to come a little bit deeper, you're welcome to lift your arms up overhead, extend the tree. Maybe you can sweep them back behind as well. Finding that reverse prayer posture. Wherever you're at, aim to stay for another 2 full rounds of breath and try to affect steadiness. Fix your gaze on something that's not moving. Use that external context to orient. At the bottom of that next exhale, you can release your hands on down to the ground. Release the hands by the side, step the feet up. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands come down through heart center, come all the way down to a forward fold. You can step your feet to hips width or shoulders width. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back, engage through the core. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, take it down through your flow, chaturanga, high plank to low plank. And then press your chest up and through. Hips go high. Downward facing dog. Inhale, extend that right leg long, back behind. Exhale, sweep it down and through, plant it between your hands. Spin the back toes in, spin the front toes to the side wall. Heels are in, toes are out. Engage through your glutes, and you're lifting up, facing the side of your mat. Star pose, arms reach all the way up overhead, squeeze through your glutes. Lift your chest up to the ceiling and reach up through your hands. Invite a little bit of space into that heart area, into the front of your body. Stay for one more nice full round of breath in. And then exhale, bend into your legs. Arms come to 90. Sink your hips down. Tuck your tailbone in. It's a horse squat, horse rider pose. It's like you're on top of a horse. Try to keep your elbows out to that 90-degree angle. Inhale, reach the arms back up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. You can play around with your horse squat a little bit, maybe sliding side to side, pressing your hand into the knee to work it a little bit further away, maybe dropping one shoulder forward, followed by the second. Just use your breath to gradually explore the posture and try to sink your hips on down a little bit further. If you want to come a little bit deeper even still, maybe lift your heels up off the ground to engage through your quads and your calves a little bit more. Stay for one more full round of breath wherever you're at, coming back to center. Heels down, extend your legs, lift your chest up, palms reach up to the sky. Star pose. Just stay for another full round of breath, reaching up. One more big inhale. Exhale, sink back down into that horse pose. This time we're going to add a little bit of breathing. Your elbows are wide, 90 degrees through the arms. And as you inhale, work your palms away from each other, squeezing across the upper back to create more space on your chest. Let's do it. Inhale, open your chest a little bit more. And as you exhale, stay low. Reach your arms forward, sweep them forward. You can tuck your chin slightly if that feels comfortable. Inhale, reach the arms back up overhead. Exhale, elbows wide. Inhale, forearms back open across your chest. Exhale, sweep the arms forward, tuck your chin if you can. Last one, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, elbows wide. Inhale, open up. Exhale, clear it out, roll forward. Straighten through the legs, reach both arms back up overhead. Exhale, heels in, or heels out, toes in. Wide leg forward fold. You can let yourself spill down to the front. Bend deeply into your knees. Take that block or prop underneath your hands if your hamstrings are tight. You can take Prasarita, reaching both fingers over for your first two fingers. Grab your big toe. And then you can use your elbows to pull yourself wide, your biceps, tuck your chin. Wide leg forward fold. Just give yourself a couple breaths to be here, and to let go of anything that arises. Bend into those knees if you have trouble with the hamstrings. Stay for one more nice full round of breath. Exhale fully. And then inhale, take a little half lift through the torso. Exhale, release. Preparing to come on up through star pose. Your heels are working in. Where heels are in, toes are out. Squeeze through your glutes. And rise, engage through your core. Lift your chest up overhead. Palms reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands through heart center. Step to face back to the front of the mat. Step with those front toes, lead to the front, step on up. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, take it down through your flow. Chaturanga, Dandasana. Shine your chest on up. Hips go high. Downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in your down dog here. Inhale. Exhale fully. One more. Big breath in. Exhale. Inhale, extend that right leg long back behind you. And then as you exhale, bring your right knee up towards your right wrist. You may want to take this on your back as a figure four instead. Otherwise, we'll work down into pigeon posture, releasing through the outside of that hip a little bit. You can work that front leg a little bit further forward, heel toeing the foot forward, letting your lower shin come across the front of the mat, pressing down into your hands to lift your chest up. This might be plenty to stretch through the back part of that hip. Blocks are there to tuck underneath your hip if that helps you feel a little bit more supported. Slide your hips on back. Press into your hands to lift your chest up. Pigeon pose. Just take a couple rounds of breath here. You can allow your chest to melt on down to the ground if you feel like you have the space for it. Point your back toes long. Sink your hips down a little bit further. Remember the breath. Bring your attention back to that breath. Just stay for another 2 full rounds of breath here. At the bottom of that last exhale, start to bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes back underneath at the back, coming out the way you came in. Engage through the back leg. Press your hands into the mat and lift your chest. Slide your chest back, releasing that right leg back long, three-legged dog. You can take scorpion dog if you have the space for it, opening across the front side of that leg, dropping your heel over towards the opposite side. Just stay for another round of breath wherever you're at. And then inhale, extend that leg long again, three-legged. Exhale, drop it on down, find downward facing dog. Inhale, extend that left leg long this time, three-legged. Exhale, right, left leg down, left knee to left wrist, and then drop that lower leg across the front of your mat, pigeon pose. Figure four on your back is a good option here as well, if this doesn't quite feel accessible to you. But press your hands into the mat to lift your chest forward. Try to work your shoulders onto the back a little bit more. Tuck a prop, a block, a sweater, anything that you have available to you underneath that hip to help sink your hips down and feel a little bit more supported. Point your toes back behind you and sink on down. Remember, let those exhales drop you a little bit deeper into the posture. Let's stay for 2 more full rounds of breath here. At the bottom of that next exhale, start to work out the way you came in. Press your hands underneath the shoulders, extend the arms, lift the chest up and through, tuck the back toes, engage through the back leg to lift the back knee, switch a block out if you had it, press into your hands, slide your chest back, find your way to that 3-legged dog. You can crack your hips open, scorpion dog, opening your hip, bringing the heel to the opposite glute, stretching through the front side of that hip if you have the space for it. When you're ready, extend that leg back long through 3-legged dog. And exhale, release it on down to downward facing dog. Let's take 1 more full round of breath here. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, open mouth. Inhale, lift through the heels. Exhale, bend into the knees and walk your feet forward 1 step at a time, crossing your ankles, sink your hips on down to the ground. Bring your legs to about 90. Scoot your hips forward, maybe a little bit further. Lift your arms out to the front, flip your palms up. Engage through your core, try to work those shoulders onto your back. Take a nice full round of breath, and exhale, release yourself down. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach the arms up over your head, keep the legs bent. And exhale, bring your hands back down by your side. You can press your palms into the ground, drive your heels down. Inhale, lift your hips up to the ceiling. Bridge pose. You may want to take a block and place it underneath your hips here for a little bit more support. Otherwise, you can keep those glutes driving your hips up to the ceiling. And just aim to stay for about 5 rounds of breath, really engaging through your glutes, allowing your chest to open a little bit more by pressing your shoulders towards one another. Maybe you can interlace your hands and drive your forearms down into the ground to make it a little bit more of a back bend. 2 more full rounds of breath wherever you're at. On that second exhale, release your hips on down to the ground. Reach on over and grab a block if you have one available to you. Keep your legs bent at about 90 and take that block, take anything really, and press it out over your chest, extending through your arms. We're going to extend the block up overhead on the inhale, reach your arms long back behind you. And then on the exhale, bring it down and squeeze your knees into your chest. Transfer the block between the knees. Your legs stay at about 90. Squeeze the block between the knees. And then inhale, release your arms long, keep the block between the knees, touch the heels to the ground. Exhale, squeeze back. Transfer the block into your hands. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, squeeze the knees together. You can extend your legs if you want to bring a little bit of extra in here, but keep them bent if your low back is lifting off the ground at all. Exhale to squeeze at your own pace here. Transfer the block between your hands and your knees. Reach it long. And then engage deeply through the core. Not long left to go. Couple more clean reps. If it burns, it builds. Embrace a little bit of discomfort in the name of growth. Keep breathing. Aim for 3 more full rounds here. Full inhales on the reaches. Last one. Bring it on down between the knees. Release the hips down. You can reach down and release that block from the knees or from the hands. Place it beside you. And then just grab one knee at a time. Bring it into your chest. You're staying on your back here. Bring the knees into your armpits. Reach on up and grab for the big toes with your 2 first fingers for the outside of your feet, or just the shins if that's what's available. You can just grab the knees too and pull them into your armpits. Happy baby. Helps to tuck the tailbone and release pressure that may have built up in the low back by creating some space between the lumbar spine vertebrae. You can take a little rock side to side if that's comfortable for you. Happy baby. Find some stillness in that happy baby when you're ready. And then bring the knees together to touch. Squeeze them towards your chest with your palms. Maybe tuck your chin up, bring your forehead up to the knees, and hold there, engaging through your arms, engaging through your core. Just take a moment to be here. Then take a nice full round of breath in. Exhale, start to kick through your heels, rolling up the length of your spine. Generating a little bit of momentum. trying to come back up to a seated posture. When you're ready, just kick the feet and land in a seat. That's it. Reach out, grab your strap. We're going to use the strap for a nice hamstring stretch. We're going to come on back down to our backs. Just extend your strap long. You can take it into a loop. If it's already in one, that's great. But just a long strap is going to be plenty because we're going to sweep it around the bottom of the foot and pull it back towards the chest. All right, so from here, press that strap away from the body. Pull your hands away from one another, about shoulders width distance or a little bit wider. You're in this comfortable seat, and press that strap away from the body. Take a nice full round of breath in. Exhale, engage through the core. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, reach it up. Try to lubricate a little bit through that shoulder joint. Reach a little bit higher. Exhale, bring it back down to the front. Keep the shoulders engaged and down away from the ears. One more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring it back down. You can release the tension on that strap. Extend your legs long to the front, one at a time. Slight separation between the heels, and then again, engage that strap. Press the strap away from your body. Engage by lifting your chest up forward. Engage through your core. Press your hands away from one another. Take a nice full round of breath. And then exhale, slowly lower yourself back down to the ground, keeping that tension on the strap, lowering down. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach that strap all the way up overhead. Press your hands away from the body. And then exhale, bring it down. Bring your elbows down by your side. We're going to start by bending into the left knee. Bend the left knee in and pull it in towards your chest. This might feel good on its own. If you have tight hips, you might want to just take the strap around your knee and help pull it towards your chest. But if you have the space for it, you can reach that strap around the bottom of your foot. Just reach on up and get it to the bottom of your sole, and then wrap your hands around the sides of the strap so that you don't have to really squeeze too hard with the hands. So you just hold it with your palms, just kind of wrap them around so you have a tighter grip. Your legs at about 90, and when you're ready, on an inhale, extend that leg any amount. Let your arms extend with it. Reaching that heel up towards the ceiling. You may not need a strap for this, that's cool. Then just gently allow your toes to start floating up towards your head as much as they can. Try to keep that low back on the ground, right? Your hips are both in contact with the ground. You can start using your hands to gently pull your foot a little bit further up towards your head. Hamstring stretch assisted with the strap. You're welcome to bend into your knee at any point to take a break and then drive your heel back up towards the ceiling. It might feel good to rep it out as well. Just explore a little bit, see how it feels in your body right now. We're here to make that inquiry, to pay attention to the information that's provided. Flex those toes back to your shin. And try to breathe deep. Let's take 2 more full rounds of breath here. At the bottom of that next exhale, start to bend into that knee, release the tension on the strap. Take the strap out from underneath that leg and drop that leg down to the ground. Heel first and then extend it long. And then we're going to take it to the other side. Bend into your right knee. Take it on up to your chest. You can use your hands to squeeze the knee into the chest first, as the strap here might be plenty. Then reach on down if you want to come for the hamstring stretch. Bring the strap around the bottom of your foot. Wrap your hands around it to get a little bit of a tighter grip. When you're ready, drive that heel up towards the ceiling. And you mount. Let your arms come with it. Take the tension off the strap if you need a little bit more space on this side. It's totally cool for a little bit of misalignment to be present. Maybe one side is way tighter than the other. And you know why that is. Plenty of different reasons for your body to have different developments. We do a lot of things one-sided in our day-to-day routines. So yoga in your practice is an opportunity to check in, to notice what's there, and to try to find the reasons for it. When you find those reasons, you can balance yourself out with intention. Flex your toes back to your shins. Maybe pump it out a couple times, bending into your leg. It's up to you. Just take another couple rounds of breath. Last one, full breath in. Exhale, bend into that knee and release the strap from tension. Place the strap off to the side, you won't need it again. Extend that leg long and reach your arms long up overhead, full body stretch. Exhale, bring both knees into your chest as you reach your hands on up. Capture them with your palms. Squeeze the knees into the chest and tuck your chin just for a round of breath here. Roll yourself up into a little ball. Stay for one more round of breath. Inhale. Exhale, release your heels down to the ground. Keep about 90 degrees through your legs. You can extend your arms long to the side, or you can start out with a figure four. I'm going to coach it in from figure four to supine twist. If you'd rather just go straight to supine twist, you're welcome to. If you want to start in figure four, start by bringing your left knee up to your chest, squeeze it into your chest, and then take that lower leg across the knee, allowing your left knee to fade away from the body, crossing your left ankle over your right knee. You can allow that to just stay there if that feels good already. If you need a little bit more for a stretch, reach your hands down and capture the outside edge of your right hamstring, and then pull it towards your chest. You can allow that left elbow to press into your left knee as well here to keep it working away from the body. This might be plenty if you want to stay here in figure four. Otherwise, if you have that position in your legs and you want to go a little bit further, try to extend your arms out to the side, reaching the fingertips away from each other. Take an inhale, and then exhale. Just try to let your legs fall as they are over to the side. If they make contact with the ground and that left shoulder hasn't lifted too much off the ground, and try to deepen into the posture by looking your gaze on over to the left, reaching out through the fingertips. You can bend into the knees as much as you need to adjust the posture. If this doesn't feel right for any reason, come back through center. You can take your knees to meet and then allow them to fall over to the side that way. Supine twist. I'm going to try to keep that left shoulder working down to the ground. Adjust the angle of your legs as needed. Stay for 2 more full rounds of breath here. At the bottom of that last exhale, on your inhale, engage through the core, press into the outsides of the arms and try to lift your legs back up through center. Engage through your core to do so. And then just release that left leg long, place the heel back down by the other foot, and cross the other one over. You can come back through figure four again here, same process. You're crossing that right ankle over your left knee, fading your left knee away from the body. You can press it with your palm to help that happen. You can reach on down and grab the outside of your hamstring to try to pull that left leg closer to your chest, working your right elbow out into your right knee to help that knee keep fading away. Flex both toes back towards your shins. You can stay here if that feels good, or if you want to move on, try to keep the legs as they are. Extend your arms out to the side, and then allow them to gradually drop on over to your left-hand side. Supine twist with that figure four in the legs. Again, if this doesn't feel good for any reason, bring your legs back through center. Take knees to meet, legs side by side, and just drop them over to the side there. Try your best to keep that right shoulder in contact with the ground. Supine twist. Just stay for 2 more full rounds of breath here. At the bottom of that last exhale, start to engage a little bit through your core, press into the outsides of the arms, float both knees back up over center, however feels good to you. Reach up and grab your knees with your palms and pull them into your chest one more time. Pull yourself up into a little ball. And get ready to take a nice full round of breath. Fill up into the belly. As you exhale, squeeze those knees into your chest. Tuck your chin up to the knees. Bring your forehead to the knees, maybe if you have space for it. And hold. Hold empty. Squeeze all the air out. Squeeze a little bit deeper. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then inhale, release your legs, release your arms down to the side, palms face up, separate your feet a little bit, your toes can fall out to the side. Take a second to work your shoulders underneath the back so that your chest can stay open a little bit more. Final resting pose, Shavasana. Remember, Shavasana is a pose. The practice of release. Try it now while it's easy. Let go of any tension that you're holding on to in your body, tension in your mind, tension in your heart. If you feel it there, call your attention to it. And just like those thoughts earlier with the train passing by, separate from them, allow them to carry on. They came from somewhere. They're here now for a moment. And let them continue on their journey. They don't need to stay any longer than you wish. Take a couple deep breaths. And just take up some space. Body knows how to breathe on its own. You can just let yourself be. Gently Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Start to bring some more breath back into the body, a little bit more awareness into the fingers and toes first. Maybe squeeze your hands into fists. Maybe roll out your ankles one at a time. Whatever you choose to do, just do it slowly and gently, allowing yourself time to visit each part of this transition out. Maybe you can start by bringing one knee into the chest, hugging it there, taking a round of breath, engaging a little bit through your core. You can bring the other knee up to meet it whenever you're ready. Squeeze them in, maybe tuck your chin for a round of breath, rolling yourself up into that little ball full of potential. If you like, you can roll on over to your right hand side, taking a fetal posture, supporting your head with your hand, pausing there for as long as you need. When you're ready, you can press that left hand down into the ground, extending your arms so that you can stack shoulders up over your hips, finding yourself in a comfortable seat at the top of your mat. We'll just take another brief moment to breathe together, to acknowledge the effort that all of you have put forth in the practice today. Hands can come up to heart center. You can bow slightly forward. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale fully. Thank you all for coming in. See if you can invite a little sense of gratitude, a little sense of appreciation for the privilege to be able to train ourselves like this today, to train that attention, to cultivate that capacity for conscious attention, so that you can direct it to the things that are most meaningful to you in life, so that you can pursue those heartfelt missions, the freedom to do what it is that you believe is most important. Appreciate that opportunity, and let's make the most of it. Take one more nice deep breath in. Exhale, bowing forward from my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you all for being in. Thank you for joining over the internet, if you made time for that too. Appreciate y'all coming.